Collective, how are you? Welcome into the channel. I hope everybody is doing well. So, we are starting off with the solar eclipse, right? So, today's the first day, depending on where you are in the world. Even though tomorrow, the 22nd, it will be more energetic for us in the northern hemisphere. I can guarantee you we are all already starting to feel the different experiences and shifts. What was interesting was I went on a walk yesterday, and I took my dog for a long walk. And I've been noticing this for the past month, but on the walk yesterday, it was really warm out, the sun was out, but all these leaves were blowing, and even like in front of people's driveways, you could see like the little pile of leaves, and the wind was blowing. So it was almost this weird feeling of being literally stuck between summer and fall, literally right on the cusp. And fall in the northern hemisphere starts right on the 22nd, which is this solar eclipse in Virgo for us, which is just really interesting. So I know I am, you may not be, but I'm feeling the in-between world, right? Of, okay, summertime, but yet here we go, we're flowing into the fall. And, as we get into fall, that's where big transformations really start, because we're not outside in the sun, right? We're not basking in the sun, because as we know, the sun card, as you'll hear many readers say, it is the happiest card in the deck, right? You go outside, you feel the sun, it feels good. People start doing outdoor activities. They go to the beach, they go to the pool, they go on picnics, walks, hiking, whatever it may be for you. Everybody's different. It's easy. It feels good, right? You're like, oh, yes, a nice, warm, beautiful day. But then you start getting into fall, right? And a lot of people love fall. The air's crisp. You start to feel a coziness, right? Where you want to start to cozy up. And then you get into the winter where, a lot of people are indoors more often. Some of us love the snow. We still get out. We still get that fresh air. But that's when you're more inside. So you're not so much in the sun. You're inside. So then you start thinking about things. So transformations really start to kick in, right? And that's for all of us, not just you. It's me as well. But I just thought it was interesting that I could literally feel the in-between, like the cusper. And so I don't know if you felt it or not, but just thought it was really interesting that I could feel that. So the solar eclipse, okay, so this is going to push everybody into a transformation, because a lot of us will go through transformations on our own. We'll make decisions to change things on our own. And some of us don't like change. We don't, take it upon ourselves to do it. And so the solar eclipse is kind of going to push people into it. And it was funny because when I was on the walk, I heard, and I even mentioned this in some of the shorts I did last night. I did this mini solar eclipse readings and basically focused on the relationship part of the solar eclipse. And in some of those, I said what I heard when I was on the walk. Like it or not, here it comes. And so that's primarily going to be for the folks that bury their head in the sand, don't really focus on transformation. They like the status quo, it's comfortable. And right now, Virgo is the south node. So, all of us have a Virgo house, whether we have Virgo placements or not. Like I have a little Virgo placement, and mine is, I don't deal well with chaos. Things out of order, kind of like if something's going on at work or personal life and it starts to feel like it's getting chaotic, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, there's too many people talking, there's too many things flying around, I have to come in and bring organization to it. So Virgo's very much about being organized, decluttering, focusing on your health. And health comes in many different forms. It's, some people are working on their body, other people's, are working on their mind. Some are working on, clearing out people out of their lives, right? So decluttering comes in many different forms. It just depends on what part of your life needs to be focused on to do the organization and what's going to be better for your health, right? Like I said, when you step out in the sun, you can get your vitamin D. When you're into the cooler time and you're getting into the fall, we're not really getting that vitamin D. Now me, on a daily, I take a vitamin D. I take what is it, D3? I take one daily, every day. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. Check with your doctor. Make sure you're okay to do that. But for me personally, I've had issues with depression in the past. And I was on depressants medication for many years. And I was on it way too long. And so it suppressed my feelings, and you're not supposed to do that, right? So if you feel sad, you're supposed to feel sad. If you feel angry, you're supposed to feel it. It's just, you want to deal with it properly, right? You don't want to get out of control. So you're not getting your vitamin D. So I take one even in the summertime every day, which helps with me. And I am not on depressant medication, which I was able to, get myself off of it. So to do things more naturally. So people will realize that, not getting that sun, they might start to feel a little off. And that's when you'll start to focus on, okay, what can I clean out of my house? There's a lot of piles over here. There's a lot of piles of paper. Whether you realize it or not, things like that, things stacking up, piling up, really messes with your mind. It doesn't make you feel good. It can actually put you into a depression, much like holding on to negative thoughts, cleaning out people in your life that no longer serve you, right? If they're bringing you down or if they're wearing you down, taking too much from you, it's time to, if they're not going to do anything for you, it's time to kind of push them out a little bit. So all of us need to expect that the change, whether we're prepared or not, it's going to help us kickstart into a transformation. And that'll be, what are the old habits? We all have habits. I've kicked a lot of habits, but I still have a lot more I need to kick. And it can be various things, maybe too many sweets, or, smoking too many cigarettes, or, having one too many drinks on the weekend, or, whatever that is. We all have habits. Sometimes we have habits of interrupting people when we're talking. I know me and my family joke about that because we all can interrupt each other at certain times, and we have to remind each other, hey, so-and-so's talking. Let's let them finish. The problem is we're all at an age where we're afraid we're going to forget our thoughts, so we like to get it out. So even those habits, right? Trying to not interrupt people when they're telling their story, waiting for your turn to jump in. It's in different forms, and it's whatever it means to you. Some of us, like I said, will be more organized. You'll start going through things and getting yourself, it feels good when you're organized, right? Because you never forget or misplace something. There's a place for it. And so it makes you feel better. It makes, your daily routines a little easier. It saves time. Time's something we can't get back. So if you're spending a lot of time trying to search for something because you don't have a place for it, it's going to frustrate you. And then you can't get that hour back out of your life. And that hour you could have been doing some other things, right? Some of us will deepen existing relationships. So maybe some of us are surface level with our relationships, and we're not close enough. We're not showing enough emotion. Things that maybe we're a little uncomfortable with, we'll start to look at and maybe start testing the waters of getting a little more comfortable with deepening those relationships. And then some of us, we're going to form new relationships with destined connections. Let's not forget that everybody you meet, everybody you come across in your lifetime, you are supposed to come across. And some of them you learn big lessons from. Other ones are connections that are on your vibe, right? That you vibe with them, and they're kind of meant to hang around in your life, and you'll learn something kind of cool from them. It won't be one of those lessons where it's like, man, that was a hard lesson to learn because, they may have done something that made you uncomfortable or made you realize, or maybe they hurt your heart or hurt your feelings, those kinds of lessons. So anyway, yeah, so there'll be some new connections coming into people's lives. So this will also be a time where you can track your life changes. Start observing, what's leaving. Sometimes we may not pay attention to what's going out of our life, and it's going out of our life for a reason. Right? Sometimes people are meant to be in your life for a season. Some are meant to stay for a lifetime. It just all depends on where you are in your journey. And so maybe it's time to observe, noticing people drifting away. And why are they drifting away? Is it because we're not on the same vibe? Are we drifting away because they don't belong there? And are they drifting away because possibly they're not quite healed on their journey, and they're not really supposed to be around you at that time because you're on different levels? And I'm not saying that's good or bad. Everybody's journey is different, so there's no right or wrong. Some of us, it takes time. Right? Some of us take baby steps. I know for the longest time, I took baby steps on my journey. Now I'm at a point to where I'm trying to take larger steps in my journey. Like, for instance, having this channel. I have to tell you, I am very much an introvert. For me to be here talking to you through the camera, showing you, being vulnerable through readings, and while picking up on the energy, there's been a couple recent videos. There was one where I literally cried. I'm a Scorpio. I don't like to do that in front of people. But when I'm here doing a reading and I'm feeling somebody's energy and it's coming through, I'm allowing it, because that's what I'm here. I'm here because I'm an empath. I feel people's energy, and I'm here to show it. So this is a huge step for me. I'm a very small channel. And oh, by the way, thank you for the recent subscribers. I appreciate you joining me on this journey and allowing me to share energy with you, because I'm going to let you know right now, and I say this here and there on some videos, but I like to remind people, even though I'm sitting here and I'm reading energy and I'm talking to you about, what phase the moon's in, what it's about, I'm here learning this just like you are. I'm just here sharing the information that I learn. I have a lot of Gemini in my chart. So add that with Scorpio, Sun Scorpio. I have Scorpio Mercury and in my Gemini. So I'm like, what is this? What's that? Oh my God, what is this? What's that? So I come across things just because I'm inquisitive, I'm curious, and I like to share that with you. And so I'm not perfect. I'm kind of learning this with you. I'm just here telling you what I've learned. And so I'm not perfect. I'm still going through transformations. I still screw up. But I'm learning every day, and I'm learning even through picking up your energy. So again, thank you to the newer subscribers. I appreciate you because I am a small channel. And for me to even get this far into my channel and have the subscribers I do, that's a huge, huge step in my journey. My family will tell you I am extremely private, and I don't like to show myself and talk into the screen, and not actually seeing you face to face. I feel your energy is different for me. But guess what? Here I am. I'm doing it. I'm getting over a hump in life. Just being me. And now that's what I want you to do. I want you to just be you. Jump into who you are and feel comfortable with who you are, because I'm watching other readers and I'm learning from them, and I'm seeing their confidence. A lot of us don't have confidence, and, I'm learning through their confidence, and I hope that I'm here helping you push yourself into some confidence on something you want to do on your journey that maybe you're a little afraid to do, or you're a little timid, or maybe you're a little shy. I was a shy kid, man. I used to hang on my mom's leg in the grocery store when she was pushing the cart. Like, I'd literally clamp onto it, and she would walk with me clamped to her, where my sister is the opposite. She's Sagittarius. She's the one running up the street when she's young, not supposed to. Complete opposites. But my north node is Sagittarius, so I'm the one that's supposed to push myself out of fears, right, doing things. I used to be afraid of needles. I have I went and got my nose pierced in 2017. I've got 2 tattoos now. Things like that. I try to push myself out of fears, and hopefully this transformation kind of pushes you out of what your fear is, what that might mean for you. Let's see what's arriving. So not only let's notice what's leaving, let's open our eyes to what's showing up. Like I said, destined connections, right? When you're out and about and you happen to start talking to a stranger and you click, that's somebody you're supposed to come across. And through that conversation, you might learn something you can take with you on the journey. They might be learning something from you they can take off on their journey. And who knows, you might exchange numbers and you might still stay in contact, or maybe they're local and you run into them again. These are people that are going to help you with your transformations. What's shifting in your life? Some people are getting married. I have a cousin that's getting married. I see a lady that I follow on Instagram just got married yesterday. So you have people who are shifting their life into marriage. You have people who are shifting their life because they're going through divorces, right? So it's a shift in life. You have some people who have lost loved ones who have passed away. You have people who are, in labor now. So these are all shifts, different things that adjust your life. So pay attention to what's actually shifting in your life. And evolving. What's evolving, right? What's getting you to the next level, right? Where you want to be, whether it's spiritually, whether it's financially, what's helping you change your vibration and go to the next level to evolve on the next step of your journey. Evaluate routines. Take a hard look at what you're pouring your time and energy into. Consider what would need to change. Are you pouring too much energy into one thing that's not doing anything for you? Do you need to take that energy and kind of figure out what areas of your life does it really need to go to, right? Some of us might be, just like I said, putting too much energy into one thing. And some of us, now I'm guilty of this because I got a lot of Gemini. I'm not going to lie. So I have a tendency to be like a squirrel. Like I said, I'll hear of something, I'll check, okay, solar eclipse, what's going on right now? And then as I'm searching, I'm like, ooh, what's this? Okay. So then I try to like organize it and write it down. But I'm like an octopus, right? So like all my fingers are like octopus, and I'm feeling different things. And, I got feet and hands and I'm paying attention to this. I got this going, there's never enough time for me. And I could sit in one place doing research and go off in like 3 different directions. So I have to be mindful to pull it in because I can get a little spread out squirrely and get overly excited on all this information I'm coming across. And then I have to say, wait a minute, slow down. None of this is going to make sense. You're going to have to pull a couple of pieces at a time, focus on that, and then go out and pull that extra, information, because the internet will pull you into different areas, and Geminis love that because they're just like surfing around. They're like, ooh, what's this and what's that? So we could be too spread out. All right. And I'm 100% guilty of that. And I really am trying to rein it in and focus on certain areas, right? So all of us have different things that we're going to be pushed into. So that was a lot of talking. And if you made it that far, bless you. Okay. Bless you. All right. So what I want to do is take a quick sip. I'm kind of feeling, because this is sort of a collective and there's going to be a lot of energy. Everybody's lives are changing in so many different ways. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off and I'm going to pull some decks, and then we're just going to pull random messages out for you, okay? And then take what resonates, throw out what doesn't. So use your discernment, because this is going to be Jen, being the Gemini squirrel, pulling different cards, different messages. If I feel we can go a little further with one of the messages, I will. If not, I just want you to know that this is for a whole collective of people out there. And let's just see what comes out. What is it you need to know? What is it you need to be aware of? Maybe we'll get some messages that can help you along the way of your journey through this solar eclipse. So this is my handmade deck. For some reason, I'm very much, even before I came on video, I was very much called to go to my handmade deck and see what messages come out here for the collective. And I hope you guys are doing really well through this solar eclipse. I'm feeling the energy, like I said. But I'm very much trying to stay grounded. I have a lot of air in my chart, so that doesn't help. Pregnancy. So like I said, so here's a shift. Some of you are going to find out you're pregnant. Some of you want to get pregnant. Okay. And this is going to be a shift for you. So like I said, you're going to get pregnant. You're going to find out you're pregnant. Or you're going to probably maybe have discussions about wanting to either expand your family or start a family. So that's going to be a shift for some of you. Okay? They're not sorry. So some of you are going to go through, this is going to be a pay attention to what's, what was I saying? Leaving or exiting, moving away. Someone that has hurt you or said something to you, you'll know. You're going to know what this is about. But whoever this person is not sorry. So you're going to, through this solar eclipse, you're going to want to be okay with them leaving, because they have a lot more healing to do. They are not on your level. If they are not sorry for what they did and they can't drop the ego to come apologize to you, they're not on your level. That this solar eclipse is probably gonna give them a smackdown, and you should be okay with them drifting out, because you may not want to be part of whatever the universe has in store for that person, depending on what they did to you. Okay? So like I said, people rack up their own karma. It's debt, and they, whatever the severity is of what they do, cause and effect, right, is on them. So let them roll. People are noticing you. Ooh, some of you are doing something right. You're glowing up. You're looking good. The health. Now, like I said, you could be at the gym working on your body. You could be making sure you're nourishing your body. You could be getting plenty of sleep. All those things add up and give you a glow up. So people are noticing you. Something about you's looking good. And that's because you are probably the collective that have already let people who are not sorry for what they did to you leave. So you're at just a different stage of your journey. Now you're like, looking good, darling. Looking very good. I'm eating well. I'm sleeping well, because you are not in my energy. You're not in my life. I'm feeling wonderful. People are seeing it. You might be happy. You're smiling more, right? Beautiful. Some of you are working on your health, and that is part of this Virgo solar eclipse. Kundalini awakening, chakras are open. So this solar eclipse is going to start giving some of you the Kundalini awakening. So what that means is that it starts with the root chakra. So the root is here at your base. It goes up to your sacral, okay, which is your creativity, your sexuality. It goes to the solar plexus. This is your wisdom. This is your power. I feel like this goes along with the people that are noticing you, to be honest with you. I feel like this is kind of a little extra card for the ones who are who have learned to let people go, right? Let people, places, things that no longer serve you go out of your life. So your power is coming back. So you've got the trust, your creativity, your sexuality, you're beautiful, your power's there, your love, your heart's starting to open up, you're starting to communicate more with the throat chakra, you're speaking about if somebody bothers you or if you love somebody, you're not afraid to tell somebody how you feel, or, you're communicating, you're willing to communicate. There are a lot of people who don't. So your communication is clear. People are listening to you. Your third eye. So this is the awareness. You are aware of who's lying, who's trying to deceive you, who cares about you, who loves you, who's using you. You are aware. You see. You've got your two eyes, and then you've got the third that's watching everything, right? And then you have your crown chakra. So this is all the way open, right? This is you, your crown, your spirituality connecting to the higher realms. You're wide open, baby. You wide open. You're not wide open for people to come, get in the middle of your glow up, your beauty, your power, your creativity, your communication. You're not allowing people to break that, so that everything's just boop, 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 opening wide up. And now if you can see now you're like, I'm wearing my crown, people, and it's straight. It's not crooked. Notice me. Okay? I'm not saying you're like that, but I'm just saying, when you work on yourself and you start going through your healing process, you naturally start to glow, right? Because you're taking care of you. And that's a huge part of this solar eclipse, is the transformation of you decluttering your mind, people, right? Kundalini awakening, baby. Chakras are open. Watch out. Somebody is looking good. And they're unstoppable. They're unstoppable. And nobody can get nothing past you. Oh my God. Glow up. What was I just saying? Glow up. Heck yeah. Whoa. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit team. Love you. Glow up. You look good, baby. Looking good, masculine or feminine. It is the collective I am talking to. That's why people are noticing you. Like I said, you're having a glow up. So when you go through all those chakras and you're able to master all of those chakras and they're open, you're unstoppable. Unstoppable. There is nothing you can't do. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. So we're going to stop at the glow up because that's beautiful. So where do I want to go? I've been focusing on this tea leaf. It's been a minute. I don't know why. I want to touch on this tea leaf. Now, bear with me. If you've seen other readers, like this thing, I love the tea leaf, but let me tell you, look at this thing. Look how thick that's a Big Mac. Like, you can't shuffle this. I mean, if you got really big hands, you can, but I don't. So I'm going to have to do this in, a couple of separate piles. All right. Whoops, this one's already sliding. So let's see what messages come out for the collective here. Do some shuffling up. See what's going on in the tea leaf for the collective for this solar eclipse. I can't shuffle this for nothing. I don't know how that's a little bit better. I don't know how these readers do it. I struggle with some of these decks for sure. All right, so let's do this. Man, glow up. Y'all looking sweet. Unstoppable. So let's just start kind of going through here. What else do we have here for the collective? Holy crap. Butterfly. A change for the better. Man, y'all, this is just getting good. Butterflies are beautiful when they go through the transformation. That's the glow up, right? You know, they go through many stages, right? You know, the caterpillar to, I forget what it's called, but it's like the little cocoon phase. And then they bust out and they're beautiful. They're vibrant. And you're changing for the better. This just keeps getting better. But I hope that we have other messages for other folks. But if the whole collective is going through this would be wonderful. Dog. Protection from a powerful friend. So some of you have a lot of loyalty around you right now. And you're very much being protected. So like I said, you're going to want to pay attention to destined connections coming in. And some of you have a powerful friend that you are going to meet that will be loyal to you. Man, dealings or relationship with a man. So, okay, some of you, it could be the man that is the loyal friend that very much, I'm hearing, because of your glow up and because people are noticing you and you've changed for the better, y'all got some men that are quite protective over you. Now, I don't know if this is somebody you're dating or if this is a friend or somebody you used to date. It's just, there's a masculine energy around you that I feel is like, and even look at the look on his face. Look at that look. Look at that scowl. Like, don't look at him, no, there's men that are going through these glow ups and you could have, a feminine and masculine energy that's protecting you. Don't forget that. But look at that scowl. Like, don't go near my person, whether they're yours or not. I feel like the energy I'm feeling is this person's like, I don't care if they're not mine, but they're mine. They're mine. And I don't want anybody touching them. I don't want anybody near them. Woo, the look on that face. Oh my, fox. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Yeah. So some of you are going to need to be careful of sly people around you because you are glowing up. Because of whoever may not be sorry. Well, they may want to come back even though they're not sorry. Some of you, they may want to come back because when you go through a transformation like this and you work on yourself and you're aware of things, you're resourcefulness. You're a resource. Okay? Because you have a connection to the divine. You probably know things because of your intuition. You know more than most people around you that are lower vibration. So this person or people around you, collective, that are not sorry, are still sneaking around, which is probably why you have somebody who's watching. They're watching that fox, and they don't want anything to disrupt the hard work that you've done. Wow. And some of you, this man is the one, because I just heard as I was looking at that face. So some of you are being protected by somebody, and some of you, that look on that face is because you worked on yourself. You're glowing up. Your chakras are open. Your power's coming back. And whatever they did to you and them not being sorry, they're ticked off. And now they're going to be the fox wanting to come back around. So some of you are going to need to just watch out for yourself. Apple. Temptation will test you. Whoever this was that was not sorry to you, they're going to come back. They're going to see if they can get another bite of the apple. So whoever this person is to you, it could have been somebody you dated. It could have been a friend that screwed you over, a family member. It's going to be different for everybody, right? They're going to come back. And this is going to be a test to see. Now, just because I said you're having a Kundalini awakening and all your chakras are opening up, crown chakras open, you're close to the divine. I hate to say this, and a lot of readers hate to say it, but it is the truth. The universe is going to test you to see, are you still worthy of wearing that crown? And it could be this person. So you need to be mindful of them coming back and trying to get another. Yeah. Oh my God. Look at that. If I can show you. It's like a cobra. Take a close look at that. Look at that. Look at that with the fangs. I want you to remember that image when they come back trying to give you something to bite off of. Remember that they were not sorry. Now, unless this person is willing to change and get to your level and do the work and be sorry, how they're going to be sorry is they're going to actually admit to you what they're sorry for. They're not just going to show up and say, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry." You know. Here's an apple. Let's take a bite. They're not actually sorry. They need to say out loud, "I am sorry for da 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 da," whatever it was, right? It's the admitting of what they were sorry for. Yeah, some of you are going to be tested because of this Kundalini awakening and this glow up. Hat. You will be playing a different role. Yeah. I mean, you wear a hat on your head. To me, that's the crown. That's the role you're jumping into, is the Empress, right? That's also part of pregnancy. You know, pregnancy is, yes, you give birth to children, and some of you are. But also, pregnancy is the Empress energy, where you could be birthing new ideas for business, new ideas on how to make money, or, you know, whatever creativity. Remember, that's part of your chakras, your creativity. And the Empress, whatever the Empress does, because the Empress is the most productive card in the deck, usually whatever, you're a master manifester, so you're going to be able to bring so much stuff into your life. And this person's like, oh, I want that. Okay, sure. Are you sorry for whatever it is that they did to you? I personally don't know. It's going to be different for each of you. You take that as it resonates. But whatever it was, here you are. You're wearing a different role now. Okay? The Empress wears the crown. Straight, not crooked. And the universe is like, if this person comes back in, are we setting them straight? Are they coming in straight? Be mindful of that. Because you put in some hard work and you are glowing up and you are looking good. Finger. Warning you of a problem, either now or in the near future. Pointing fingers. There could be a pointing finger in this situation. This person could come back in and point the finger at somebody else and not take accountability for what they did. That is almost going to be a warning. If somebody's going to come back into your life because you're having a glow up, you're looking good, you're manifesting good things into your life, and they come back in and are not sorry for what they did, but they're going to come tell you about what somebody, or it was so-and-so that, got involved. It was so-and-so, if they're taking the light off themselves and pushing it off, pointing that finger to somebody else, that's going to be a red flag for you. That is a warning that this person is not changing. Keep that in mind. Whew. Okay, so this is just going to be a warning one for you guys. Let's take a look at the shadow. Let's take a look at the shadow for this. I'm curious about the shadow of this person that's not sorry. Tell me about this. What is the shadow of this person? I'm not going to try and be too hard on them. It just, you've done a lot of work and I don't want you to be disrupted. But at the same time, this person may have a shadow that they can work. Oh, see, this is why I didn't want to be too hard. Fear of love. Past hurts can create walls. Be mindful of where you block love from entering your life. It makes sense. So the pointing of the finger, okay, it may not necessarily be them coming in and saying, oh, it's so-and-so's fault why, I am the way I am. They may want to come in and talk about their past relationships, right? Not necessarily in a negative way, but to explain why they are where they are with you. So some of you, not all of you, some of you still have somebody who's coming in. They're coming in for the wrong reasons. Others of you, it's truly, and this is why I say you have to use your discernment and understand what it was that they did to you. And some of you, genuinely, they're afraid of love because of what's happened. Now, this could be you. Because of what this person did to you, you might have the fear of love. And so Spirit's like, yeah, the past can hurt, but you can also forgive and let go of that so you're not blocking your own love coming in. Okay? So use your discernment on what this is. Some of you, it's not sorry, it's a test. You need to be very, very careful. Others of you, they're going to come tell you and talk to you about, maybe open up about their past relationships and what they've been through. Maybe they have trouble admitting that they really got hurt, where it made them cry, it made them depressed, and maybe this person was embarrassed to talk about that, so they were blocking you from love. Okay? And then others of you, like I'm saying, I think this is, part you. But here you are. You're going through a massive transformation right now. And you're glowing up. And while you glow up, you're going to have people flock to you. So you're not going to want to let everybody in. But Spirit's like, don't be afraid of love. You might have a destined connection coming in that's meant for you. And that test will be, don't block that, right? Give it a chance. Give it some trust, right? Until somebody's proven you wrong, give a little trust. All right, so let's pull an angel number for you, and we're going to close this out. And I hope you guys have a happy solar eclipse. I hope the transformations are all beautiful like this, because it does. It looks like a lot of people are going to be going through the Kundalini awakening, which is wonderful. It's a little weird, but it's wonderful. It does wonderful things for you. And if you don't know what it is, Google it, Kundalini awakening. Okay, so the angel number is 0330. Lucky shirt. Does that really say shirt? Lucky shirt. Love. Peace. Hope. Now I will tell you another thing I noticed. Last night I was going to let my dog out in the backyard. I have a fenced-in backyard. I was going to let him out to do his final last potty right before we went up to go to bed. I couldn't let him out. So I have bunnies, right? I have large and baby bunnies all through my yard. If you guys have seen some of my previous posts or whatever, I talk about it. I have bunnies, and I have a little baby bunny that stays there. But then I had 4 mourning doves on the ground with the bunny. Mourning doves are about peace, hope. It's protection as well, but it's a lot of peace and hope. And that is confirmation for a lot of you that it'll be time to be peaceful and allow these connections to come in while you're allowing other connections to leave. Optimism. Accountability. Hold people accountable for what they did wrong. Hold yourself accountable for not taking a bite of that apple and trusting them unless they are genuinely sorry and come into your life and let you know what they're sorry for. Progress, creativity. This is all beautiful. Pursue your goals and achieve what you desire. Your efforts will bring wonderful benefits to you and your loved ones. Your communication skills are improving, making it easier to connect with a diverse range of individuals. Embrace this time of growth and watch your relationships and projects flourish. This is it, man. This is all your chakras opening up. You are so abundant. I mean, I didn't expect these messages to come out. To be honest with you, I was a little fearful that it was going to be a little negative, you know. I was like, oh, I know, God, I hope it's not, you know. I hope that this solar eclipse is beautiful for the wide range of collective of people, to where it's a positive change for them, and they don't view it as negative, and this is all positive. Now, like I said, you're going to be tested though from old people, so be mindful of that. All right. I hope this was helpful. Happy solar eclipse. I still need to finish the rest of the signs for the Celtic cross. So I'll get back to those. So if you're new and you haven't, I've only done the two. I can't remember. Scorpio and Aquarius. Those are the two that I've done so far. I have not done the rest. I have to roll the dice to see which sign's next, but then I'll start to continue on with those. But it was important to stop and honor the solar eclipse and do a reading about it. So much love and light. And again, thank you for sharing your energy. If any of this resonates, hit the like button, subscribe, be a part of the journey with me. I love you. Happy Kundalini awakening. Happy solar eclipse. I'll talk to you soon.